Daily, Red Pill, back with another video. Thank you guys for clicking on today's video, liking the content, sharing the content, helping me spread this Red Pill message. I appreciate all the new subscribers on this channel, all of you guys that watch my content and truly take notes, truly just invest yourself and invest your time into learning this information, because it is helpful information. And a lot of you guys, a lot of people out there don't have this kind of information out there. So you having access to it, you sharing my content, you interacting with the algorithm and engaging with it helps me spread this channel, helps more young guys get this information. A lot of times content creators, people on the internet, they will charge for information like this. But I like to give out nuggets of truth for free, all right? I'm not charging you guys besides the few ads that I put in the videos. I don't like to charge for this kind of information, so I'm giving it to you guys for free. All I ask for in return is that you like this video and you share it to other guys so they can get this information as well. Today's video, as you can tell from the title, I don't want to make it too long, but it might be a lengthy video just because I have to explain things and dissect certain concepts about female communication and sub-communication. We're going to be talking about how women communicate, all right? This is how women communicate. A lot of men don't understand how women communicate. I'd say 95% of men don't understand, all right? They have no clue how women communicate. So I'm here to help you with that. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. If I can't get to them, someone else will. Anyways, let's dive into it. So let's talk about how women communicate, AKA, this is Womanese. You see it in the quotation marks, Womanese, all right? Here we go. I have a few disclaimers before we get into this topic and the concepts I'm about to share. The first disclaimer is the depths of female communication and sub-communication is simply, it's too complex and in depth to cover in just one video, okay? It just goes on and on, all right? It's never ending. There's just so many levels to female communication that just getting through it in one video, it would be the longest video in the history of mankind. So I can't go through every exact way women communicate. I'm just giving you guys the basics. Therefore, in this presentation, we will cover the basics of how women communicate, all right? I will be covering just the basics, just to give you guys a blueprint and outline of just the basic stuff that you can see, that you can use, and you can apply. Disclaimer number 2. After watching this video, you will never be able to unsee how women truly communicate, all right? You won't be able to unsee it. Once you see it for what it is, you will see it everywhere. It's like seeing the code in the Matrix. You will see when women talk to you, all right? When women talk to you after watching this video, you will be able to be like, wow, she's sub-communicating this, she's saying this, but she actually means this, all right? And what I recommend you guys do, save this to a playlist, save this video just on your computer, on your phone, wherever you can, just download it and keep this as a reminder. So if you ever have communication issues or you're confused about something a woman's saying, you can go back to it and see it, all right, and watch these concepts again, and then apply it and be like, okay, she says this is what she means, her body language is this, blah, blah, blah. You're able to pick up on things. If you have red pill experiences with female communication in the past and already understand the basics of how women communicate, then this video will affirm your beliefs, all right? So a lot of you guys you understand female nature already, all right? You understand the basics of communication with women. So maybe what I share with you guys won't be too eye-opening if you're already, if you've invested time into learning how females communicate in sub-communication and their language that they speak without just speaking, just open communication, outer communication, then maybe this video isn't for you, all right? It might not be for everyone, all right? So if you haven't though, which a lot of men don't understand, this video is for you. It's the basics, all right? So it's not going to be too in-depth for those of you guys that are already up on this knowledge and up on this information, but for those of you guys that don't understand the basics of female communication, this will be a very important video for you to listen to. Womanese, female sub-communication, there are 3 key points I want to talk about. The first point is, women gain power through communication. Number 2, women will try to avoid any appearance of social conflict, okay? And they use communication in order to do this, as well as sub-communication. Number 3, women get a chemical high from talking. And I'm not joking when I say this. Women get a chemical high in their brain, dopamine hits, when they talk. Especially if they're talking to a fine young man like you are that's watching this video. They get dopamine hits in their brain. Chemical reaction. Let them talk. The more they talk, the more comfortable they feel. The more attached and bonded they feel to you. Female basic communication. Women gain power via communication. What does this mean? Since the hunter-gatherer era, We as a culture established that women aren't physically stronger than men. No, you feminists out there that are like, oh, women are empowered and stronger than men. No, you are sorely mistaken, Mrs. Feminazi. You are sorely mistaken, okay? I like to see you bench press 350 pounds. Therefore, in order to protect themselves from physical harm or danger, survive, and get what they wanted, women had to learn another method of gaining power outside of the physical, which is communication. They couldn't just go up to the tribal leader back in the day, give him a right hook, and then they would become the leader of that tribe and get all the resources, and they would be the next leader. No, they couldn't do it like that, all right? They had to use methods of communication in order to get what they wanted. They couldn't physically outperform the alpha leader of that tribe. Therefore, that's why their communication is far superior than most men out there. And they're just masters at communicating. Women can just go on and on and on and on about talking endlessly. Women are master communicators and are able to formulate their words, phrases, and sentences in order to gain power or control over weak or passive males. How many times have you seen this in a marriage or a long-term relationship? Number 2, women will try to avoid any appearance of social conflict. What does this mean? Once again, women had to try to avoid any appearance of social conflict or disagreements with any men because back in the day, like I talked about, it could mean punishment, injury, or death. This is why women tell half-truths and word certain things in ways to frustrate or confuse us as men. Have you ever heard a woman talk and you actually take her words literally and you think about it from a logical male perspective and it doesn't make any sense to you? You're thinking to yourself like, what is she talking about? But she, in her mind, she thinks that you'll get it. She thinks that you understand the way she's communicating. She thinks that you should be able to understand how she's communicating. Number 3, women get a chemical high from talking. What does this mean? Science shows the female brain, like I talked about, emits chemical dopamine when they talk, all right? It emits the chemical dopamine every time they run their mouth. Get her talking, and I diagrammed this beneath. These are the steps. Get her talking, get her comfortable, or build rapport, get her mind, and then get her soul, all right? In that order, you get those 4 things going. In that order, and you will get her soul. Rinse, lather, repeat. Get her talking, get her comfortable, get her mind, and then get her soul. Dig your guts. Most men never realize female subcommunication. Many men are raised primarily by their mothers, all right? I came from a single mother household, as many of you have shared that you have also. This is why we are so obsessed with this and we're able to dissect this down and, because we never had this knowledge and this information, so this is just so overwhelming for us and we're just consuming loads and loads of this information because it's so we've never learned this. We've seen our lives get to where they are right now and we've wanted to know this information for so long, but we've had no male in our lives to explain this to us. Certainly my mother never explained this to me. Therefore, they form a strong impression of women as either Madonnas or the good girl or whores. Promiscuous girl. That's where you get the Madonna whore complex, if you've heard of that. Because the strong social conditioning put into their heads by their mothers or society or the media. Alright? This is where we get women are roses and sugar and spice and everything nice. Boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider, just that social communication to make you as a man seem like you are inferior to the all-powerful, all-knowing female. When in fact you, my friend, you, my fellow males out there, you have it in you. You have the power. You are the man. You have the balls. You have the life forces swimming around in your ball sack. No homo. But you do, okay? You carry life within you that has been on this planet forever. All right? You carry that life force within you. They don't want you to know this. The media companies don't want you to know this. You think social media wants you to think that you're empowered as a man, that you have all the power in your hands? They don't tell you these things. They say, go single motherhood. Go obese women. Yeah. Womanism. Girl power movement. You go, girl. Yeah, but what happens when she hits the wall? She can't pair bond anymore. You gotta answer that, all right? You gotta look yourself in the mirror, women, and think, who am I listening to? Do these women look happy in their life? Are these women in a happy relationship with a man that I would like to see myself with? Do the men that, even if they are with a man, do the men that they're in relationships with, what do they look like? Do these men look strong? Or do these men look like weak, effeminate beta males? Ask yourself these things. Ambivalence. This, my friends, right here, when I learned this concept, when I fully take notes right now if you are, when I learned this, everything started to make sense to me with female communication. Pay attention to what I'm about to share with you. The core feature of female subcommunication is ambivalence. This is the state of having mixed feelings or contradictory ideas about something or someone. I will give an example of this later on, how females communicate with ambivalence and how you should respond to it. Stay tuned. Women will leave open the possibility of either interpretation A or interpretation B with regards to their communication without taking any position either way. All right? More on this. How do women use ambivalence? You're probably asking yourself. How do they use it? All right? How do they use this? Through open-ended statements, number one, which leave the responsibility for interpreting the subject to the recipient, which is usually us as men. All right? This way, she's able to avoid any responsibility for any of her actions. Once you understand that women use ambivalence to justify anything they do, your life becomes, you understand so much about women in the past and in the present, it just blows your mind. You're able to see this just happen all the time. Where did this ambivalence originate and why? Why do women do this? Why? You might ask yourself. Evolutionary ambiguous communication is advantageous to women because she can protect herself via ambiguity, while at the same time leaving the door open to different possible social interactions. She wants to keep her options open, gentlemen. She needs her options open. If you think for one moment that your woman just wants your attention, you are sorely mistaken. Your woman, the woman that has social media, the woman that enjoys when other men compliment her on her looks and like her Instagram post and Snapchat her. You know, if she has Snapchat, she belongs to the streets in the first place. But your woman needs attention from a whole bunch of different men. She needs to keep her options open, all right? She needs to keep them open for her own sanity. It's like a drug, guys. She needs those hits of attention, and she needs to keep her options open constantly in order to get that attention. The greater a woman is at subcommunicating, remember this, when you think about, the greater her social dominance or power. Think about women in your life that have great social dominance or power. Maybe it's your mother, maybe it's, your aunt, your grandma, whoever it is. Maybe you know matriarchs within the family, or you've seen matriarchal families. Think about, is that woman really good at subcommunicating with what I just shared with you guys? Because usually, 9 times out of 10, the greater she is at subcommunicating, the greater her social dominance or power will be. Subcommunication examples. All right, here we go, guys. This is the information you guys have probably all been waiting for. I'm going to give you an example of a subcommunication. All right, I wrote out just a basic conversation, something that might go down. All right, example A right here. The man says, let's go to my place. All right, so you're a man, obviously. Let's go to my place, you tell her. She says, okay, but we're not having sex. This is a test to see how you react. If you get emotional and show frustration, then there won't be any action, all right? There won't be any action. Realize, she is the one bringing up intimacy, not you. Which means she is open to it and it's definitely on her mind. She's testing you to see how you react to it. What you should do is say, hey, like, who's bringing up sex in this conversation? It's not me, you know? So hit her with one of those. That way, when she decides, oh, I'm gonna come home with this guy, that she has that excuse, all right, to tell her friends later, the next day, whenever she sees her friends, she sees her family, they ask her, hey, how was your date with that guy, blah, blah, blah. Now she has the excuse to say, well, I told him I wasn't going to be intimate with him. She has that excuse in the back of her mind, all right? That way, you gave her the ability to communicate ambiguity, and that makes her feel better in the end. Women are all about emotional stimulation. You gave her that out. She had that out, right? She was the one that brought it up. You made her think that she was the one that brought up intimacy. But in fact, you actually did want it. You see how that works, guys? If you need to rewatch that, watch that over and over again. This is some gold, guys, so drop a like on the video, man. YouTube algorithm does not like this kind of content to be shared, so if you can, share this information with as many men as possible before it gets taken down. The final takeaway I have for this PowerPoint presentation for class, thank you for attending class. If you're still here watching, I appreciate you guys. 80 to 90% of communication is done non-verbally, all right? Look at her eyes, look at her body language, but mainly look at her eyes, right? Look at her eyes. That's how women communicate. That's your choosing signals right there. During winter, which is winter, boys, it's winter, women look at a man's print, all right? I've seen this happen multiple times, many times, all right? Women do look at a man's print. Don't let them tell you they don't. The gray sweatpants season is real. Yeah, it's sweatpants season, boys. You know what I'm saying? So just look out for it. You know, if you're a shower, this is your type of season. If you're a grower, you know, there's ways to get around it. You know, there's ways to get around it. Make yourself look a little better than you are. But, you know, it's sweatpants season, boys. So just be on the lookout for that kind of stuff. Even when women lie with their mouth, their bodies or emotions may be telling the truth. Pick up on these little things. Pick up on these little things. That beta male boyfriend that she's taking a picture with on Instagram, that's the guy's leaning in like this to her and she's standing like this straight up, smiling with that fake little smile. Eyes aren't fully engaged. There's no crease in her eyes like she's really happy. She's just standing there like this. The average person, the average man will think that she's in a happy relationship. And the other guy's leaning in, you know, beta male, kiss you on the cheek. That woman's not in a happy relationship and she's communicating, sub-communicating that she isn't, all right? She's sub-communicating just how detested she is by that man. His beta male behavior as he leans in and he's depending on her to be his rock, his strength. When his strength should be within himself, not within a woman, all right? Never with a woman. Within your mind, within yourself, within your soul, within your heart as a man. You. Look out for these things though when you're on social media. I'm telling you guys. The next point I want to talk about. Most women lie to men in order to protect their man's ego and avoid conflicting negative emotions. But the dominant male gets the truth from women and he doesn't judge her. He creates a safe and intimate experience that most men couldn't dream of. Some of you men have been on the other side of hypergamy now that you've worked on yourself. Some of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. There is another side to women that if you master some of the things that I've talked about in the past, you can't unsee certain things that women will do to you. All right? You will see women for what they truly are, their true nature, their true dark nature, if you want to call it dark nature. But your eyes will be open. You will see, like I talked about in the other video, just how attracted and lustful women can truly be if you get them by themselves. If you're truly that type of man and she feels safe with you, you've gotten her mind, she starts to open up to you. You are her refuge and her strength. You will see the other side of hypergamy as the other man. And once you see that side, there's no coming back. You will no longer trust women, all right? You will no longer desire to be in a long-term committed relationship with women once you've been on the other side. But the beta male that judges her, man, you're such a slut. No, you're nasty. Oh, you like anal. Oh God, you're so nasty. And I can't believe you know how to do that. Oh God. The beta male guy that does that, the beta male, that guy, the one that judges her, doesn't let her open up. He'll never know what that woman's capable of doing. Never. And she will share with the alpha male all the things the beta male's never thought his woman could do. And she'll do those with the alpha male. That's a red pill for your ass. Let's read this again. He creates a safe and intimate experience that most men couldn't dream of. And in return, she fully and submissively opens up to him. Like a flower. She opens up. Some of you guys haven't been on that side yet. But if you keep improving, keep working, you will see it. You will see this side. And once you see it, like I said, there's no coming back. Alright, that's going to do it for this PowerPoint presentation. I appreciate you guys that stuck around till the end. Hopefully it was helpful. Hopefully it was informative. You know, like I said, I couldn't go into the depths and the details of every type of female communication, sub-communication. That would be the longest video in the history of mankind, all right? I can only give you bits and pieces and nuggets on this channel for as much as I know that you guys will be willing to watch. I tried to make this under 30 minutes just so a few people would stick around and watch it. So I appreciate you guys if you have made it to the end. If you could just drop a like I've talked about, man, it's free to do. YouTube suppress this channel, they suppress red pill content. A lot of young guys don't have this information out there, and the least you can do is just drop a like, helps me, all right? And then share my content as well. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any more uploads. And I appreciate all my supporters out there. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for sticking with me, for helping me grow this channel, and I truly am grateful. So I never want to end a video where I don't thank you guys for just always just being an awesome community, being a group of men that are willing to grow, willing to help each other out, willing to learn from each other's experiences so that we can help protect the future generations that are coming up after us in order to improve their lives, in order to make sure that they avoid the same mistakes that we made, all right? That's what I'm all about, man, on this channel. That's what I want to do. So I appreciate all of you guys from the bottom of my heart. Let me know how you like this video. If you didn't like it, let me know, I guess, if you need some improvements. Like I said, it is basic female communication, so some of you guys already knew this stuff. But you know, there's a lot of men out there that don't even know the basics, all right, at the end of the day. So step down from your little pride horse, your prideful little horse, and understand that not a lot of guys get this information, not a lot of guys know this, all right? So at the end of the day, I had to put it out there. And you know what, I'm not gonna charge you guys for it. I wanna do it for free, just to help out the community. Love you all, stay blessed, continue to go your own way, continue to take the red pill. Peace, I'm out. Have a Merry Christmas, my brothers.